Welcome back to the diorama rooftop build. Today we're going to cover the brickwork on here, texturing, and the black basing of the whole diorama before we actually do the actual painting and the dry brushing. So before I actually start showing you guys how to do the brickwork, I'm going to tell you guys what you guys are need for this video so you guys can have it ready. So you're going to need your ruler, you're going to need your snap blades, you're going to need a lead pencil and a fine tip black ink pencil. This one you don't have to really use, but I just use it for the video so you guys can see the line work. You're going to need your black paint, and you're going to need your big brush to do the black coat so you don't take forever painting it. Alright, so since we got the materials covered, and so now I'm going to show you how to do the brickwork. Just to make this video shorter, I already did the basic outlines, but I'm going to show you all the measurements. And if you do scale this up, you could use the same measurements here to the scale up and it'll still look good and still be into scale. So basically, the first step is you would get your ruler and your lead pencil, and how the diorama right here, there's the ledge part, which we'll do a little bit later, and then there's this gray brickwork right here that we're going to do right now, and this basic brickwork, this red brickwork right there. So we're going to do this top part first and measure that out, and then we're going to do the actual bricks. So basically what you have to do for your first brickwork, for the first top layer of the bricks, you measure inch down. So I already did an inch down and I drew my line across, and then after you do that, you put your ruler down and then you mark every inch all the way down, and you mark a line each way, and then we'll finish that off right now to actually form the top layer of the bricks. So you just grab your ruler and line it up, make sure it's straight, and you just score it with your lead pencil, and then you just move down and do all that to the top layer. So even if you don't get these completely straight, like I said, it is brickwork. Bricks are not perfectly squared and perfect edges, so it's okay if it's a little off. Paint's gonna make it look 10 times better. And then so we have the top layer of the bricks, and now the regular red brickwork, this is where people usually get confused. So for this second line of brickwork, for the red bricks, you're gonna line up your ruler right here and do, since this last section right here is 1 inch, you're gonna split it in half an inch and then draw the line in the center. So that's what I did right here for the center line. And then you're gonna put your ruler on that line and then mark every half inch for the second row. So that's what I did with all these lines. And now we're gonna do the same thing where we did to the top row. We're gonna line up our ruler to those lines, and we're gonna make our brickwork right here. And I'll only show you this one side since I don't want to make this video too long, and then I'll show you how to black base it so we could do the next step. But when I come back to the next video, the other one, this other brickwork is going to be done, so don't be confused about it. And then for this last row, since that center line already divided for the last row right there, you're going to line up your ruler to that line again, and then you're going to mark every inch. So if you notice the pattern, the top one is every inch, the second row is every half inch, and then the last row is every inch again. So I'm going to line up my ruler and make the lines for that. And then you can see it makes a brick pattern for you guys. And that's the brickwork. So that's going to be this brickwork is going to be this siding right here, and that's why we cut out 2 of the same pieces, and we're going to make another side, and that's what's going to be the sides of the building. So from this step, you'll grab your lead pencil. If you have the specific one, then this is how I do it. I take the lead and push it all the way back in, and then I just press on the lines as hard as I can on the line to make the line indented, so when you paint it, the paint will seep in there, and when we do the dry brushing, it's going to give you like a grimy shadow effect on there, which is really nice, especially if you're going for that look. So like I said, just follow the lines that you made earlier and just push down, and it's going to round out those edges for you. And then you do the same thing on these lines. Like I said, if it doesn't come out perfect, it's fine. Like I said before, bricks aren't perfect, so the more messed up they are, the more natural looking they're going to look. And sometimes you do get the foam fraying on you, so if you go in the other direction, that usually helps. And then we'll do it on the second row and the third row and finish these bricks off for you guys. I like using the mechanical pencil because it digs into the foam better. A lot of people like using the regular pencils that you get, the number 2 pencils. They like how it comes out better that way, but this is my preference. And as you see, I push really hard right there to get it in there, so if there's little bits come off, you could just pull them off with your fingernails. It's not that hard, it's just foam. And that's how you do the line work. It looks a little messy right now, but paint's, trust me, paint's going to make it look a lot better, so we're going to get to that right now. We're going to coat this in black, and then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do the dry brushing and the shadow effects and everything with it. But before I move on to that, as I showed you with this one, you can actually see it has a line right here. So I'm going to show you how to do that on that one. It's basically the same way that you do this one. So if you remember from the last video, we made this piece, and so I already did the rough line for this one, and basically all I'm going to do is grab my pencil and then push really down hard, and it's going to create that crease for you guys, so you guys are not missing any detail on your diorama. And I'm sorry if this isn't on camera view. This is a kind of a big piece, so I'm just running my pencil right down that line. And how I made this line, if you remember, this is 1 inch wide, so I just made a line right down the middle on both sides. And same thing on this side. And as you can see, I just pushed down really hard and it makes that line. And like I said, it may look messy now, but the paint's going to really fix that up. Okay, so back to the brickwork. We're going to paint this all black. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to just do a base coat of black acrylic. But what I like to do is water it down a little bit so it gets into all the cracks. But like I said, you could do that. It's going to look a lot better, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to just paint it all black. So I'm getting our black paint, and I'm getting our large brush, and I'm just going to paint it all black. And of course, you're going to have a cup of water with you when you need to rinse off your brush. So I'm just going to put black on here, put off to the side, and I'm going to try to paint this on camera for you guys so you guys can see. It's really simple. It's just black paint on top of this. And try to get it all in the nooks and crannies, because that's really what's going to give you your shadow effect. But like I said, I like to water it down a little bit so it gets in all the cracks. But you could do it this way too. It's just whatever your preference is. This usually wastes more paint than doing the black wash over it. Make sure you cover all of that pink up because you don't want it showing when you're displaying it or anything. And as I mentioned before, if you guys want a closer look at this before we actually finish it, you can check out my buddy's channel, A Not So Awesome Review. The link's going to be in the description. I made one for this for one of his channels. He did Turtle Week, and he reviewed it right afterwards, so you could get a closer look at it there. And like I said, just try to make sure you get all that pink. You don't want it showing. And you don't really have to paint the top end of this right here black, because this is going to be glued on to the rest of the diorama. You're not going to see this. If you do want to make sure no pink shows, just get the very edge of it, cover that up. But for now, that's it. Just black coat everything. Same thing for this, for the rooftop part. You're going to want to coat this in all black paint as well. You want to coat every piece that we made so far in black paint, because when we do our dry brushing, it's going to make it really look really good, and all the recesses, you're going to get shadow effect on it. So I'm not going to paint everything on camera, but when you guys come back, make sure you have all your things black coated so you guys are ready for the next step. And then there's a couple other pieces that you notice on the diorama, like this part and the little edge, and then this part. I'll show you how to put those parts together in the next video when we actually finish painting, and we'll glue it all together and it'll be done. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please thumbs up, rate, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time.